And there it is, guys. There is my last hope for the Eagles season in 2018. Like a fart in the wind. What is up here, YouTube? Jigsaw0097 here today, bringing you my Eagles whatever Saints recap. I'll put the score in the title because I'm actually making this video with 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. But as it stands right now, it's 45-7, guys, Saints. So this is a dismantling if I ever saw one. And like I said in my preview video, I actually predicted that this is one of the best possible outcomes. Is they either made a game out of it or they just got completely destroyed. It was more like 90-10 though. Like this was very expected. The Eagles are just done. They're done in 2018. Doug Peterson looks like a freaking dope out there. I just watched the Colts today as well, and they blew out the Titans. They're starting to click, and I'm really just starting to think that Frank Reich was the guy all along in Philadelphia last year. He was the head coach, and Doug Peterson just kind of coattailed off of his ideas, his success, you know, his humility, because Frank Reich was very humble last year. I mean, he was very quiet. We didn't hear a lot about him. You know, Doug Peterson goes into the offseason and writes a book, and we're all supposed to think he's this amazing coach. The new norm in Philadelphia is what he was touting all offseason, and it's like, if this is the new norm, I mean, we're back to the Chip Kelly days, guys. The only difference now is we have a franchise quarterback, and I'm going to get into that real quick. I'm already seeing the trade Wentz. We hate Wentz, you know, put Foles in. Just everyone's attacking Wentz all of a sudden. Well, not all of a sudden, I mean, they kind of were last week, but, you know, it was like we were all apologizing for him, and now all of a sudden this week is when we finally want to trade him. And this is what I can't stand about Eagles fans, guys. I've been a diehard fan for about 10 years myself, so I've been around you guys all my life. And before we won the Super Bowl, I used to pretty much agree with everything people would say. You know, the Eagles are just cursed. They're never going to win anything. You know, they can't get anything put together. Yada, 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 you know. But now that the Eagles have won the Super Bowl, it's put me into a little bit more perspective when it comes to the fans, and how ungrateful some of them can be, you know. And keep in mind, I'm pissed off about this season too, guys. This isn't to apologize for this season, but to say that you want to get rid of your franchise quarterback because they have one bad year is ludicrous, guys. Ludicrous. Look at what Carson Wentz has right now. He has Mike Groh, who was the offensive coordinator on the losing Rams with Jeff Fisher. And he's not even helping Wentz out. I see Wentz on the sideline, and he's just like looking at the pad himself. Wentz is the offensive coordinator this year, guys. Then you got Doug Peterson, who's standing out there with his just blank stare all season, just looking out into the field, like at what? And then you have Press Taylor, which I don't even see him walking around, you know, helping out Carson Wentz. Press Taylor's probably the one bright side, honestly, of the offensive coaches. Basically, Wentz is being left out to dry, guys. He's also come off of a knee injury in the middle, basically the early middle of the season, like I think it was week 3 when he came back, the Colts. So like almost a month had already gone by in the season, and he was just kind of thrown in there. And now I'm seeing Wentz sucks, you know, trade him, all this. I'm in an Eagles group, and they're just like freaking out right now. Shout out to the Philly Knights. You guys know who you are. And I'm not really like making this video to say that like I hate y'all, you know. It's just really laughable to me that you guys are ready to jump ship that quickly on your franchise quarterback. Because Carson Wentz is still a good quarterback, even if he's not as good as, like, I think we're being brought down to earth quite a bit this year as Eagles fans, but I still don't think that Carson Wentz is as bad as people think he is. Maybe he might not be as good as we all hoped and thought he was after last year, but we've seen how good he can be. And quarterbacks do this. I mean, we're looking at the Saints right now. Drew Brees has not always been good. He had like 4 years where the Saints did nothing. So it's just like, guys, come on. Come on. Stop it. That's what I'm going to say about Carson Wentz. Stop it. It's the coaching and that's it. He has no players. Everyone's getting injured this year. The Eagles are making no attempts to build a run game this season at all either. How can you blame that on Wentz when you got a guy like Corey Clement coming in and saying, I want to take the reins here, and then he does nothing? He's actually like one of the worst running backs on the team this year. Then you got the Eagles trading for Golden Tate, and they don't even know how to use him with like the way he's supposed to be used. He's supposed to be this yak machine, and they're putting him on like screen passes. It's almost like they went back to the Chip Kelly playbook. That's what I'm seeing. The one touchdown we got in this game, guys, was Josh Adams running up the middle. Not on the outside, up the middle, you know, back to basics. And so that's basically what it is, guys. So I just don't want to hear the Carson Wentz complaints anymore. Like, obviously I am, because I know how the Eagles fans are, but I'm just giving you my stance on the opinion. I'm not giving up on this quarterback. It would take quite a while for me to give up on Carson Wentz. Horrible injury would be the one, but I mean, he looks fine with his biggest problem is he just holds onto the ball too long, but that's coachable. And you know, like I said, he doesn't have the coach this year. He doesn't have Frank Reich helping him out. Andrew Luck has that now. So anyway, that's out of the way. The Eagles are a complete disaster, though, guys, basically this season. I mean, I'm just going to try to think. I'm going to try to see if I can actually remember how many players just got injured in this game alone. Avonte Maddox, he had a knee thing. Looks pretty serious. He might be done. Rasul Douglas went down. I'm not sure with what, but he's out for the game as well. You had Jason Kelce go down, guys, our center. There you go. He might be done. They walked him into the locker room. I'm trying to think what else. Can't think of any other injuries. I'll make a video if any rise up, but look at that. In this game alone, three guys go down. The Eagles have nothing. They have no answers anymore. They have no trick plays. They have no defensive talent. Jim Schwartz has no clue how to not run a prevent defense. They're just depleted. They're done. Super Bowl hangover is real, guys. It's time to hit the reset button on this season and look what we can do in the draft. I wouldn't even care if the Eagles tanked at this point, because even if they get to the playoffs, they're not going to do anything. Not with this team, not with the Saints and the Rams, and we still got to play the Rams. That could be another game like this, and I'm going to be there for it, which is even worse. Is it too late to get ticket refunds? No, I'm just kidding, guys. But I don't know. As you guys can tell, I'm not gonna be this like angry Eagles fan on here. That's not what I'm trying to be. If you want to watch that, go watch EDP or Joey Shakes. He freaks out a lot too, you know. But I am disgusted with the Eagles this year. I mean, it's not the product we want, especially after such an amazing season that was last year. But this is what we got, you know. This is what we got. Losing Frank Reich was huge. I really just think that has sunk in for me the most. John DeFilippo was pretty bad too, but I really think Frank Reich was the one. He should be the head coach of the Eagles, honestly, not Doug Peterson. That's what I'm realizing. He should have probably been the head coach all along. So we'll have to see what happens, guys. But you know, it's die Eagles die or fly Eagles fly, and right now they're dying. But I will still bleed green and support my team. To all those Saints fans out there, you know, congrats on your victory. You guys are gonna probably go pretty deep into the playoffs this year. Maybe finish what you guys started last year, but you know, whatever you guys think, comment down below. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I will be still covering the Eagles this season and the NFL as a whole, with my opinions, my thoughts, stuff like that. But to all the returning viewers as well, thank you so much for watching, and this has been Jigsaw0097 here. I'll talk to you all later.